Hey guys, I'm back with video number 6. Just want to say a quick happy birthday to my sister Rebecca, who just turned 17 today. So today's topic is MS. This video is for basic knowledge. Anybody who wants to know more, there is an MS website. All you gotta do is, it's usually, you just type in what is MS and it's going to be the first thing that pops up. But I know quite a few people with MS and family members of those who have MS. My mom actually has MS and she battles with it every day. So we're actually going to get started. MS is a chronic and often disabling disease that affects the CNS, which is the central nervous system, which is made up of the brain, spinal cord, and the optic nerves. Symptoms may be mild, such as numbness in limbs, or they could be severe, such as paralysis or loss of vision. The progress, severity, and specific symptoms of MS are unpredictable and vary from one person to another. Today's new treatment and advances in research are giving new hope to people that are affected by MS. MS is a disease that involves an immune system attack against the CNS. As part of the immune system attacks the CNS, the myelin sheath, which is the fatty substance that surrounds and protects the nerve fibers in the CNS, are damaged, as well as some of the nerve fibers. The damaged myelin forms scar tissue or sclerosis, which is what gives the disease its name. When any part of the myelin sheath or nerve fiber is damaged or destroyed, nerve impulses traveling to and from the brain and spinal cord are distorted, producing the variety of symptoms that occur. Most people with MS can cope with the disease and continue to lead satisfying and productive lives. There are 4 courses of MS. 2 that I've heard of, and the other 2 I did not know of. The first one is relapsing remitting, which is what my mom has. People with this type of experience clearly defined attacks of worsening symptoms. These attacks are called relapses or flare-ups. They are followed by partial or complete recovery periods, which is the remission part. Approximately 85% of people are initially diagnosed with relapsing remitting MS. The next one is primary progressive MS. And I think I've heard of this one. The first one that I talked about is the most common, and then this one is like the second most common. But this is characterized by slowly worsening symptoms. From the beginning, the rate of progression may vary over time with temporary minor improvements. Only about 10% are diagnosed with this type. The third one is secondary progressive. Following an initial period of relapsing remitting, many people develop this course, in which the disease worsens over time, but more steadily, with or without the flare-ups or minor remissions. Before the disease-modifying medication became available, about 50% of people with relapsing remitting developed this form within 10 years. The next one and last one is progressive relapsing. In this rare course, 5% of people experience steadily worsening disease from the beginning, but with clear attacks along the way. Now, no two people have exactly the same experience of MS. The disease course may look very different from one person to another. More than 2.3 million people are affected with MS. It's not contagious, but there are factors that may help identify the distribution of MS. There's gender, genetics, age, where you're from, and your ethnic background. MS is 2 to 3 times more common in women than it is in men. The risk of developing MS in general population is 1 to 750. The risk actually rises to 1 in 40, which is anyone who has a close relative with the disease. Meaning, like, if your mom has MS, you have a 1 in 40 chance. Your sister, your brother, anyone who's really, like, close blood. But most people are diagnosed with the age, or between the ages of 20 and 50. And MS can appear in young children and teens. MS is more common in the northern hemisphere, which is like from the equator all the way up to us. But the reason is there's not so many chemicals near the equator, is what I read on the website. MS occurs in most ethnic groups, but most common in Caucasians or white people. But I am going to close on some of the symptoms. Okay, never mind. I am going to close with some of the symptoms. But the most common are fatigue, numbness, coordination problems, bladder and bowel dysfunctions, vision problems, dizziness, vertigo, pain, depression, and spasticity, which is when your muscles spaz out. But if you do watch this video, this is the one to share. You can also go on to the MS website, which will give you a little bit more information on like the drugs that you can take. Some people don't take drugs because they don't like to stab themselves with the needles to give them the medicine. But make sure you do like this video, comment on it, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. But this is the video to share. Get more knowledge out there on MS. And yes, I did get a haircut. I cut it myself. It looks kind of bad, but it's hair. It grows back. But if you have any ideas for other videos, I could really use them. I'm running low on some ideas, so please comment on that. Please comment your ideas down below. And if you can find me on Facebook, nobody has added me or shared me, really. So please share. Please add me. But yeah, stay beautiful, stay gorgeous, stay amazing, and have a great day.